Unwrap the first of many presents this season with holidays on the house from DraftKings Casino. With hundreds of games, prizes, and promos, DraftKings Casino has everything on your list. Right now, new players who play $5 get $100 instantly in casino credits. What are you waiting for? Cozy up with all the classics like slots, blackjack, and roulette. Or play exclusive games you'll only find on DraftKings Casino to feel the holiday cheer all season long. Download the DraftKings Casino app now and sign up with promo code CANCELLED and play $5 to get $100 in casino credits. That's promo code CANCELLED only at DraftKings Casino. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 plus. Physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. One per opted-in new customer. $5 wager required. Max $100 in casino credit awarded, which require one times playthrough within 7 days. Terms at casino.draftkings.com/holidays on the house. Restrictions apply. Let's face it, the holidays are stressful. Under our reindeer sweaters, we're stress sweating about gifts, cooking, and whatever that one opinionated family member is about to say next. Luckily, no matter how stressful it gets, we can all smell incredible with Lumi. I like Lumi because I can bring it everywhere and it works on me. Whether I've showered that day or not, I'm going to smell great according to Lumi, and I keep it in my purse because it's compact and small. Lumi Starter Pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like a mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. As a special offer for canceled listeners, new customers get $5 off a Lumi Starter Pack with code CANCELLED at LumiDeodorant.com. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack when you visit LumiDeodorant.com and use code CANCELLED. Thank you, Lumi, for sponsoring today's podcast.
Hello and welcome back to the Canceled Podcast.
You are a natural.
I can't believe I'm shooting 2 episodes this fucking fugly.
In the same
Well, it's almost like you didn't know we were shooting today.
I did. I didn't have the gall and the wherewithal to put on makeup. Like wetting a beauty blender.
Stunning to me.
Well, I love you, sexy girl. Do you ever feel like actually wetting a beauty blender is like the biggest chore in the world, or is it just me? Like I don't hate doing the makeup.
I really don't like doing my makeup. Well, no, yeah, I don't.
I think it's so cool how, different celebrities have gone makeup free. I just wish I was a little hotter.
I don't know. I love wearing makeup. I love having makeup on. I love the look of it.
Yeah.
I hate taking it off is my thing. I want to fucking die.
Really? I love taking it off.
The act of taking it off or having it off?
The act of taking it off. Weirdly, I love to just... Because it's when you have on makeup all day, you're you can't
I can't think of
touch your
something
face
more
like that.
tedious than getting... Well, maybe because I wear so fucking much makeup that when I do take it off, it's scrubbing.
But an oil, a cleansing balm, the one size spray, you put me onto that.
The one size spray is amazing.
I like the Amazon Basics Clean and Clear dupes.
Do you know she just taught me the craziest fucking makeup trick, and now I think of you every day when I do it.
Oh. It's
so fucking insane. Does her lip liner, sets it with setting powder. Okay. Brooke just essentially said, "Hey, dumb bitch,
no,
everyone
I'm sorry.
does that with one action."
I don't even know where that face came from.
That's a thing. And then puts gloss on after, and it fixes the powdery, and then it stays on for 24 hours.
Mm-hmm. I sometimes do it if I just want my lip to be a little bit more matte.
Mm-hmm. I did not know that was a thing. I was mind blown.
But sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I don't like when my I feel like it makes my lips look a little foundation-y.
I get what you're saying.
And what? Well, I think it depends.
2016 glam coated.
I use a hydrating setting spray and then do a gloss on.
Can we just talk about the Kylie lip kit era? Everyone having a dark brown matte lip on.
And at that time I had no lip injections at all, so I had these little
same.
Yeah, and you were able to see it too.
And every crease you're 80.
Yeah, it's so drying. Bless your heart, Kylie. You've done so well since then.
Yeah. For sure, but I feel every single person, I don't know what's in the lip liner these days or if it's just the technique, but you could just tell every time that someone you could just see where the natural lip was.
Yeah, I don't know. I could.
And I'll be overlining at my own funeral. I swear to God, if I'm in my casket and I don't have makeup talk on, overlined Morphe, if you're not actually doing it, I'll resurrect just to kill myself.
I'm going to take it out of your pocket from when you go down.
Should we like start a collabed note that's just called like mortician notes?
Yeah, are you going to have Alexis
Like-
Oakley do your glam?
Yes, and I've actually like discussed this with her at length.
Pre-hires makeup artist.
Isn't
Yeah.
that crazy that that's somebody's like job? Somebody's job is just to like do
She
dead
that's what
people's
Paige's
makeup.
mom did.
Wait, what?
Like Paige's mom is a mortician.
Aren't they both? Aren't both her parents morticians?
I think so. I don't know.
Such a
It's-
crazy
It
morbid
explains so
job.
much about Paige's personality.
Dude,
It's like-
I used to
Yeah.
go, obviously like so different than being like a mortician, but I used to have to go to the cadaver lab for school. It's like literally just probably like 15 dead bodies, and all of them are like sliced up in different
Humans?
ways. Yeah.
No, for
They're
school?
human cadavers, yeah.
That's worse than the fucking other thing you guys talked about.
But it's, well, I mean, it's educational, and it's like, so you can literally like peel, okay, wait, I don't want to say peel back the layers, but like that's what you do. You go and you study them,
well,
and
you
like,
study the anatomy. I understand that. Yeah.
but it's so interesting, like seeing them laying there, because it's like they had a whole life, and you can see like they still have like their arm hair and stuff. It's so interesting.
I used to have a really big fear of death,
I feel like,
but I think I overcame it.
I don't know. I made me not want to donate my body to science though. Like not, I mean, I probably still will, because it's like I don't know what's happening, but like the way people just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Does anyone else, anyone in this room, like sincere question, when I hear a sentence that gives me anxiety, or like I'm having thoughts that give me anxiety, I hold my breath until it like
Yeah.
stops.
Yeah.
Like I was just holding my breath.
Wait, I think we're supposed to breathe when we have anxiety.
I know, in for 3, out for 5.
Oh.
But like can't.
Well,
just
that
hold my
shouldn't
breath.
give you anxiety. You're not a cadaver, but really educational, really cool.
What the hell is a cadaver?
A
Just
dead body.
What a fancy schmancy word for that.
Well, what do
It's
you want? Like
It's
corpse?
crazy. It's at GCU.
You know my favorite word in the world.
rigor
mortis.
It's not even that. Do you
it's
see all the
rigor
comments?
mortis.
Yeah, all the comments were like, "It's rigor mortis."
Well, you learn
Rigor.
something new every day.
2 words. Yeah.
It's 2 words.
Yeah.
Yeah, rigor space mortis.
The fact that she doesn't even know is like what makes it so funny.
I know, but it was so
Throwing
funny.
this
She was so
word around like
excited.
it's the.
She was so excited last time. She goes, rigor mortis.
And then I had this whole existential crisis about how the show Rick and Morty is all about
Yeah.
like the afterlife.
Well, didn't we talk about
Kind
that?
of.
That's why.
And do you
Is
think
that-
that's why? Like Rick
Yeah,
and
for
Morty?
sure.
It potentially could be. But in that same trip, when I sneezed and you said "Gesundheit," I for weeks, for fucking weeks, I kept texting everyone. I kept saying "Gazoon space tight," like as in like GAZOON space TIGHT. Someone commented it on one of my posts, and it's a full German word, like
Yeah.
on the screen. Put it on the screen. That is how it's spelled. I was texting everyone like as if it was 2 English words.
And you got so
You thought gazoon
funny
was
with
an
it.
English word?
No, she got so funny with it that she started just abbreviating it, and it'd be over nothing. Like like Lila would like just do something completely like unrelated to a sneeze, and then Trevi would just go gazoon. Then it got to a point to where you'd look at me across the room and just go gus.
Yeah.
And you just,
GT.
Gesundheit.
Spelled like gazoon height.
Well, it's
GES,
German.
right?
It's like
I
HEIT.
thought it was like GAZUN.
It's like GEUZ. Like,
I think it's an S.
There's a D and H. DHE.
Yeah, Aaron.
Aaron, I'm really
Come on,
sorry to
Aaron.
do this to you, but I need the spelling.
Yes, it's an S.
Oh, yeah.
Gesundheit. He/it.
German is a language I will just never understand. You know, my dad was born in Germany. Born in Germany? I don't know. He was wearing like little lederhosen as a baby and drinking beer and eating pretzels.
What the hell is lederhosen?
Because my grandpa was stationed in
I
Germany.
just start saying lederhosen all the
Lederhosen
time.
are like overall. They're like German overalls.
It's like the attire they wear at like
What is it called?
the like
Lederhosen?
beer festival.
Lederhose.
Yeah. You're the funniest person I've ever met.
You're the funniest person I've ever met.
So were you. So were you.
Fuck you guys. I'm hilarious.
It's just the
are,
level of
honestly.
Trevi's quickness sometimes actually scares me. Like I'm like, actually, how did you just do that? She just read Gesundheit and goes he/it, like at the end of it. Like how the fuck?
Would you
what?
ever do stand up?
My mom gets on my ass. She's like, "You're so funny. Like I want you to utilize it." But like when it's here or like I'm just hanging out, like it just flows out of me.
But I feel like you could do like story time, like style stand up where you're like just telling a story because you know where your little punchlines are each time.
Yeah, and imagine the fucking crowd work. Like the shit that you actually would just
Because you
do
are
off
quick
the cuff.
like that.
Like,
Shit, y'all.
I would die.
Thanks.
We should go. I'm gonna do classes like improv classes at Groundlings.
I will come with you, bro.
Please, I think it would be so
Anytime.
fun for us to just do because I do want to eventually like at least like try stand up because I'm like I can't go my whole life without trying it.
And it's so, like we're all so funny in so many different ways. Like we're all a different type of. I think we all sing.
That's what I was.
I think we all
Like that, like how, like I was actually just thinking that because like when she said, like when I just said that, I was like, no, you're also the funniest person I've ever met, but it's so different the way that the both of you are, and that's
You're
so
just
cool.
like, yeah, I just won't even know where it came from, like how you thought of that.
Every time.
I mostly have to be mean to be funny, which sucks, but it works.
She is the only person I've ever met that like actually baffles me. Like,
yeah,
like
it's
blows
like the really
my
smart
mind.
kind of funny.
Yeah, like how are
I'm
you?
awful at taking compliments. Thank
Me
you.
too. I'm like, but if anyone wants to direct them my way, seriously.
I do think though that like it's helping. I have a new bit where like I'm out and someone compliments me. I just look them dead in the eyes and go, I know.
Wait, did you guys see Kim Kardashian on the red carpet the other day for the GQ Men of the Year thing? They go, you look amazing. She goes, yeah.
She
Her
does.
being man of the year is actually so kind.
She goes, it's custom chrome.
Love that.
Because she is like, what's the like viral TikTok sound where it's like,
Oh,
I am a rich man.
I think it's
Yeah.
Cher saying that.
Yeah. And like
And
that's,
shares her idol too, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
like-
I know that a lot of like what?
Sorry, me and Ari were at a party the other night, and we're talking to this girl, and the guy next to her goes, like her name was like Lynn, I don't know. Hotel California is written about her. Like the Eagles wrote Hotel California about her.
Wow.
And I'm like talking to her for a little bit, and I'm just like, she's so fabulous. She's like this older lady. She's amazing. Me and Ari Google her. Her best friend is Cher. I'm like,
Of course.
they are so. That's just like so.
I
iconic.
can just see you and
She's-
Ari in the corner. He has a cup of tequila and y'all are Googling away.
No, it was so fun. And she's
Fully.
like this jewelry designer. It was amazing. But I'm like, could you imagine Cher being your best friend and
Yeah.
fucking Hotel California is written about you?
Yeah, it's actually
Hotel
fucking
California
insane.
girls net worth search. That's them. That was them.
It
Spilling
was.
tequila everywhere.
It was
Trevi.
Ari, and Ari's like, you look fabulous.
He's like, you look flamazing.
She's like, I hate-
Flamazing is the craziest thing ever. Like, where did he come up with that? Flamazing.
I don't know. Maybe just out of the FL because he loves Florida.
Maybe.
See, like how? Anyways,
I don't know.
I just want to say, I know that you hate that I am complimenting you, but you just launched a podcast,
He did.
and I have been waiting for this one like no other. Like, I'm
Really?
so fucking happy.
I'm getting used to it. I'm not used to that. Like, I'm not used to sitting every week on a long form level. So it's like,
Yeah.
I think once I really get into the groove of it, I'm going to like hopefully master it. Like, you guys definitely inspired the fuck out of me because I
So
love
nice.
watching everything unfold and like the character development, and you guys in this fucking plane crash.
I knew that was coming. Sorry, I just had to clap for that one.
I love you. No, it's just like I've seen from the beginning, like when I was watching like the first few episodes, like in rehab. I was like, wow, this is like interesting. And then like over time, and especially the second season, you guys have upped the fuck out of your game. And it was like, for me, I was like, whoa, I
What
could be doing
canceled has
this.
become is actually very mind blowing to me.
Oh
Like,
my
because we
God.
started thinking we were gonna just commentate pop culture, and now it's like
You're telling your whole lives.
Well,
and
yeah,
you
we
love
just
it.
didn't know. I feel like in the beginning, especially like, I feel like you were more used to doing like long form content. I just like
Right.
didn't know. Like I just wanted to talk. But now like you notice, or like at least I do anyway. Like everything in life now, I'm like, oh, podcast topic. You know what I mean?
Immediately.
Like so every time something happens, I'm like, oh my god, podcast topic. So
Yeah.
it's like you don't think about that so much in the beginning, but like the more you do it, all of a sudden
Yeah.
it'll be like, okay, well I have my whole.
I
And then they're
also-
listening and they're like, well, that's funny because you literally never have any topics, and it's because I forget them.
What I also will just give my flowers to like Oscar and Aaron and
Love
like
them. Love
like
you.
so much of the upping got canceled is like
Yeah, 'cause we don't
because
hate
of
It's
how
the people behind
Yeah.
the scenes that do so much
And they
in
care.
this city. Yeah.
like
I mean,
having
the city in
people who
general.
care.
Absolutely.
Like, hey, we should do this,
or
we
like
should do
don't
this.
say that, or like
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it's like it's the whole story behind it is so funny. Like my co-host was my manager at my sober living in New York City.
Oh really?
Yeah.
And you're not supposed to be friends with your, right?
No, but she doesn't work there anymore.
Yeah.
So she like moved to LA like with me. Like she got her own place and like literally flew back with me. When I was leaving New York, she quit her job and came back with me. She's like signed to One Models, I think, too.
Yeah.
So she's just like came out here and switched her agency.
Even that's just such a beautiful story, though.
I know. It's just like so funny because like I came in 2 months sober, like fresh out of my 7th rehab, and literally every night, like she would breathalyze me, give me my medication, like would make me pee in a cup twice a week. And now we have a fucking podcast together.
I love that. She's
It's
never
fucking
made me pee in a
crazy.
cup. I'm like, you're so boring.
Yeah.
And it's just like fucking nuts. And she's the best. And
Yeah.
I'm just so
I'm very
excited
happy.
to like.
Me
See
too.
how
I've
it-
seen
the
clips. I want to watch it.
trajectory.
I haven't seen the full episodes yet because I'm a bad friend.
No, you're fine. I honestly like I want people to like start watching it like when there's a lot more episodes. Like I love like someone who has the opportunity to like binge me.
Honestly, amazing. It's just it's like a show. I will never watch a show that
You-
like doesn't have like
Oh
a
my
full
God, like,
season.
It was brutal. Like when T and I were like watching American Horror Story, and like we would have to wait every single week. Have you seen the new American Horror
Yeah,
Story?
well, I watched the first episode and I was like, I can't do this, and now I'm waiting for them all to be done. Are they done?
Do
Well-
you want to fucking check this one out? Obsessed with it, by the way. It's the best show
Which
I've
is
ever
crazy
seen in
because
so
I feel
long.
like it might like trigger you. All the stalking.
And the like selling your soul of it all. Like it's very interesting.
Yeah.
But I love Kim Kardashian.
Right.
And seeing her act in a role has actually just like been the coolest thing to me. Because it's
Yeah.
like I think it's so hard to act when you're so known for being you. And then her playing this role that's like
Yes.
Kris Jenner and like just so cool, whatever. Halfway through the season, they like stop it. Apparently this was always supposed to happen, but they stop it and say the rest is coming out like next year. Like I'm
you
sitting
know,
on a cliff.
like a show
cliffhanger.
like that where they like stop it for like part 1 of the season and then they take like the hiatus and come back at the beginning of the year. That
I hate
normally
that. It's like
happens.
how Euphoria like comes out like once every 5 years.
Well, that is great. Are they gonna release another season? And why am I not on it?
You
I need
are
Jay now.
so euphoria coded.
Am I?
Yeah, like you'd thrive in a show like that.
Can we have
Maybe
Chloe
like-
Cherry on now that the SAG strike is over?
Yeah, so we were gonna have Chloe Cherry on,
Oh,
and
fun.
the SAG strike happened, so you can't really like talk about things
Like
you're,
they
content,
working
yeah.
on,
that you're
right?
working on. Yeah, and she was like, I want to wait to come on so I can like talk, like tell you fucking
Right.
shit about Euphoria, and
Oh,
like
shit.
now that it's over,
I'm so
we can.
excited.
I am too.
Shit.
I love her.
I love her too. I've never met her, but she's
I've watched
gorgeous.
all of her porn,
That's what I was gonna say. Like, I think
all of it,
the
every,
rebrand.
every single video.
I respect someone so much who can go from one extreme to another and make it a fucking slay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like
I
you've
also-
done it, I've done it, she's done it, Chloe Cherry. Like it's so fucking cool in any way. It doesn't have to be porn, but like making one hop from a place to another and changing it.
I just because we love to see like someone's story evolve like that. Like I think it's the
Of
best thing ever to
course.
watch. But I also have so much respect for the Euphoria director for being he.
Yes.
I think he ever so literally like saw her porn and was like, she's perfect for
What's
the
his
show.
name?
Yeah,
Sam-
I'm pretty sure he.
I'm- no, I'm not kidding. That's,
no,
like,
he
real.
wrote the character for her. I think.
Well, and that
Yeah.
goes back to the Kim Kardashian thing. It's like people were hating on her in the American Horror Story because they're like, she can't act. Of course, they had to like make a role around her. It's like, bitch, you guys love it. Like people want to see that. And
Yeah,
she's
I
fully
hate-
slaying the character, as is Chloe Cherry.
I don't like the concept of like people not wanting like reality stars to be able, or like in social media people to be able to act.
I know.
Well,
It's like why
100%.
like there's so many people who are so good at it too, and it's like people are always just gonna have
And
something
so
to
much
say
of
about it.
what that is, like doing social media and shit and reality show is acting. Like
Yeah,
people just don't.
Kim's been acting for a while.
Yeah, what the fuck?
She was acting happy in her marriage.
That makes me. I had
Oh.
a thought on our podcast conversation that I was just thinking about. Her and I, we had a show somewhere. What city was that? You know what I'm gonna say.
No, I don't.
When we went to the Waffle House, what city was that?
Maybe Cincinnati.
Yeah, her and I randomly got so high by accident, and we're high as hell.
Her?
Yeah.
I know. I don't know what was going through my head.
And we have this like insane, weird existential conversation where we're like, it's so weird that so much of what our life revolves around is kind of having like, I don't want to say a fake conversation every week, but like a staged conversation. Like we could talk about something and then we'll podcast
It's an
about it.
organized conversation.
Exactly.
I don't think anything on here is staged.
Yeah, no, it's not staged, but we were kind of saying like how a lot of times we'll revisit a conversation and I will
Yes.
react the same way I did in you know the original time, except now there's an audience.
Yeah.
And I won't say like, oh, I've heard this before. I'll just be like, no, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
And like that's crazy.
I mean,
and especially like in our shows, we notice it because the shows like are a lot of the same, will repeat kind of stories.
you guys, I will say though, you guys are pretty good at like saving shit for the podcast.
We will like
You will save full blown like fucking like canon events for this.
Yeah.
So like,
well,
respect,
that's like because
respect.
some of the stuff needs like a real reaction.
Yeah.
Unwrap the first of many presents this season with holidays on the house from DraftKings Casino. With hundreds of games, prizes, and promos, DraftKings Casino has everything on your list. Right now, new players who play $5 get $100 instantly in casino credits. What are you waiting for? Cozy up with all the classics like slots, blackjack, and roulette. Or play exclusive games you'll only find on DraftKings Casino to feel the holiday cheer all season long. Download the DraftKings Casino app now and sign up with promo code CANCELLED and play $5 to get $100 in casino credits. That's promo code CANCELLED only at DraftKings Casino. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit 1-800-GAMBLER.net. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. 21 plus. Physically present in Connecticut, Michigan, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, West Virginia only. Void in Ontario. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. One per opted-in new customer. $5 wager required. Max $100 in casino credit awarded, which require one times playthrough within 7 days. Terms at casino.draftkings.com/holidays on the house. Restrictions apply. I've been taking the time to write and finish my tell-all book because that's like, have you ever heard the theory like where someone's like, if I'm in a toxic relationship, I'll like purposefully go so far to sabotage it so that that person doesn't want me back.
Yeah.
No, like,
I mean, no, I haven't heard of it, but it makes sense, I guess.
Like Trisha and I would always talk about that. Like, I'll purposefully, like, if I know I need to leave you, but I know I won't
You'll
leave
make it
you
so that they'll never take you back.
Exactly. Like, and I feel like I'm using that analogy in relation to my life right now. Like, I want to write a tell-all book and expose everyone who's ever done anything fucked up to me ever, so that I can't come back
to those people
and to this life. Like, I actually am ready to end this chapter. You know that, you know.
Is it going to be called Everyone is
Canceled? This chapter of my life. Yeah, I don't have a title.
Everyone is Canceled.
It's actually kind of fucking crazy.
Well, good to know, because I'll try to stay on your good side.
I know. I'm like,
it's not you. It's not either one of y'all. You both do have chapters though, so I'm writing it.
I do have
in chapters
have a
of
chapter?
people. Yeah, like I'm writing like each chapter is about a person and like what
work
they signified for an era of my life. You know what I mean?
I love that.
And obviously there's a few chapters where I'm just gonna expose the deep dark shit of Hollywood that I've like seen, you know. And I put this one as a podcast topic because as I was writing about it, I was like, there's no way this is actually real. And we have to bleep the names. But I wrote about like how like essentially like all the biggest actors or most famous celebrities like do the most fucked up dark shit. And like sexually, like whatever, just like so much dark shit. And we were going to podcast about this a couple weeks ago. Bleep, please. But
what?
Like,
no way he's in on this.
The sexual weird shit that they do. Like I need to like, I'll say like celebrity one, but like, well,
right.
Like how they all fuck to their own shit. First of all,
they fucked their own what?
They fuck to their own shit. Like
movies.
Oh, I think like actual like scat.
Like the fact that
like gets off on watching
puts on headphones and plays his own movie and then has sex with women and can only come that way.
That's like the amplified version of a guy showing you his camera roll, you know?
Well, here's the thing. If you go like deep, like in psychological about kinks like that, it probably comes from like an insecurity of like, this was my prime. This was like a moment where I like had my most success or looked my best. And like you kind of like, for me, I remember, for me, addiction was all about like trying to relive one moment over and over and over and over.
Whoa, that hurt me so much.
Yeah.
That hurt me so much. Continue.
So I remember when I was getting into ketamine, I had such an amazing experience and something really great happened like when I did this drug. So it was like a canon event that attached myself to this drug. Mm-hmm. So that canon event could be attached to their prime or their movie or whatever. The reason I kept going and spending all my money on this drug is because like I was trying to tap into the way that I felt and relive that memory.
Chase that feeling.
Yeah.
How interesting. I wonder if they're like
Same with alcoholism too. Like not even just ketamine. Sorry.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to cut you off.
yeah, but then it's like it never will be the same. So then you do more and more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To always chase that feeling. That's crazy. One thing that I really appreciate you about is, that was horrible grammar, but you got where I was going.
Super.
Is the way that you are able to like psychologically unpack things. I've never met anyone like that. Like I call you and we give each other advice for hours, because it's like, even that, like the way you've like psychologically unpacked your addiction and the way that you've helped me navigate psychologically unpacking mine. Like that's like a real.
Yeah. People don't realize like, oh, it's just an organ. Oh, it's just my brain. Like, I just sneezed.
Gazoon
Took my words.
I was waiting for someone to say gazoon space tight. They could like people are just like, oh, it's just a brain. Like it doesn't matter. Like I'm just living my life. Like no, I don't have trauma. It's like, oh, like when you like I remember like when I was in treatment and like all these therapists were telling me like this shit about my childhood or like this that. It's like fuck off. And then I like really deep dive into it like and take it seriously on my own and like with my own therapist and like keep an open mind. It's like, oh, maybe this happened and that's why I have that kink, or maybe this is like this happened and this is why I cry to that. Like
It is. Everything's connected. I feel like it's hard.
That's like, that is what's so crazy, is that we're all just a product of our childhood and our traumas manifesting into different ways, and that's just what being an adult and growing up is like realizing that. But then I find it so crazy that there's so many people who just live blissfully ignorant, like they don't know that. Even like, you know what I mean?
Well, some people just are lucky they don't have to know. Why, like, you know, some people just don't even
That's
experience any of the like negative effects
And
down the
you
line.
know when you meet a bitch like that.
Yeah, and you're like, God,
Never
it
been
wasn't
told to
to
shut
be
the fuck
you.
up. Never been hit in the face.
But I don't know. I feel like I'm so aware of what my issues are, but I am not aware of their cause. You know what I mean? I haven't gone so far as to like find out like this is why I do this.
Right.
I spend all of my like free time mental space like finding out why I am the way I am. Like I can't, like I obsess over the psychology of like why I'm fucked up.
It's so crazy though, because I studied it. Like that was literally what I went to school for.
I think that also could make it a lot harder.
Yeah.
I think
I just like, sorry to cut you off, but I was like in such denial. Like obviously I had like an adverse childhood situation, but I always was like, no, I'm not affected by it. And people would tell me like, you turned out so normal and like it didn't affect you that way. So I just believed that. And so then when things started happening to me and like I started acting like a certain type of way and I really started having the whole like personality situation, I was like, couldn't be that. Like,
no, you're like,
I've gone all this time perfectly fine.
But it's also actually really crazy that a lot of trauma manifests into masking, you know?
Yes.
Like that it's like you mask so hard you convince yourself like I'm fine.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Nuts.
That's
And
true.
like major emphasis on like choosing, not even choosing, but like when so many people will tell you the same thing over and over again, like, oh, you turned out just fine, and like, oh, you're such like an innocent girl, or like, oh, this happened, or like whatever people say, it's like when you hear it enough, like you believe it. And that's why like a lot of like, especially like when you guys like read the Reddit shit and like there's a bunch of hate comments and there's like a persistent comment, it's like you believe it. And it's like, that's how I've been on YouTube for fucking 14 years. Like I've gotten a repeating comment where it's like, I've seen it so much where it's like, oh, like this just has to be truth.
It's so well put. Like I think that's like when I talk about, I guess, the psychology of social media and doing it for a living.
It's crazy.
And how much it affects you over time. Like you start to stop perceiving yourself the way you would and start perceiving yourself the way that people are.
Well, yeah.
And that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Because then it's like you wake up one day and you're like, who am I?
Yeah, I think like I've talked about this before, but I think anybody who experiences some sort of fame at a really young age doesn't. It's like the same as a Disney star. I don't like, just because it's not
100%.
like relatively on mainstream media, like any sort of fame, and especially these days with TikTok, it's like even more people than Disney Channel.
Like it's
Probably,
your formative years.
it's your formative years, and like people on Disney had like a full-blown team and therapists, and like there was no like comments really. It's like we're in
Yeah.
such a different era, and it's like we need to be protecting these kids because like you could end up like me.
I know. I don't know if you just saw Charlie D'Amelio did Jay Shetty's podcast, and she went on there and she was talking about like, you know, she's like, I had this period of time where I was so successful. I had, you know, 100 some million followers, and it was like I was doing so bad mentally, and all the comments are like, oh, poor thing, like champagne problems, you
Right.
poor thing. And it's so frustrating for me to see because I'm like, nobody can imagine that. Like nothing, like I've had it on like the tiniest little scale, and it's so hard. And like people, like I just
Well, the
can't
problem-
imagine 100 million people having something to say
Watching-
about me at that age
Yes.
too. Like I'm 27 years old and it affects me so much.
Right.
I think the problem of like what we do is that, and again, it is a champagne problem. Like you sign this away for the benefits of this, but no one will ever validate our jobs. Like
But,
they're
I
like
mean,
you're an
it's-
influencer, you're fucking self-absorbed, you're like what?
Well, it's
you
because
know?
there's people out there saying, you know, it's so hard or whatever it is, and it's not. It's not hard at all, but it's psychologically no other job you really have to deal with that. Like
Right.
being,
Yeah.
it's like Miley Cyrus has a good, she said something about it where it was like it's not healthy for her to be like subject and observer. Like
Right.
it's not, she
Whoa.
said that's not psychologically good for her. She's like, that's why she doesn't tour anymore, because it's not good on an everyday basis for it to just be like she's an object that somebody's observing.
Like a spectacle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it's just there's no other job in the world where your work crosses over into just being you for a living. Like the way that
Right.
you pay your bills and keep your lights on is like most people get to be themselves and then go do whatever their work is, and then
Right.
you know what I mean, like crossing that over into everything.
Yeah, and especially I feel like if the logistics of our job, like someone who really takes it seriously, like has the team, like schedules things, like shows up to things, wake up early, like plans everything out. Like it is a lot of work. I'm not saying that it's like the easiest thing in the world, but like people who just think that you just wake up and like fucking
But-
finger yourself and fucking make $1 million. It's like
But that's so much of
Some
it.
people
So
do.
much of the job
Right.
is ensuring that people, because being relatable is what sells and what pays the bills.
1000%.
So many people are ensuring that you know, I want everyone to just think I'm making dumbass TikToks and talking uncanceled and whatever. Like they don't know the work that goes behind that.
right.
You know,
That's
and
kind of the beauty of it as well.
Yeah.
The effortless effort.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think like emotionally, like sometimes I'll look back and like think about other jobs that I've had, and I'm like, God, like what a simple time, because like nobody.
That's why I'm like finally actually burnt out, tapped out. Like I'm just like, even downstairs right now, Lila was just reading to me Reddit, right? And Reddit hates my guts right now. Reddit thinks I'm the worst person to ever live.
But it just
And-
swings back and forth. It's
Yeah,
either her
like a
or me,
pendulum.
always, you know.
Yeah, and 4 months ago, I was an angel on earth on Reddit. And both
Well-
of those perceptions are not reality.
At all.
Like the fuck, you know?
Yeah.
And like I was just actually leaving my own body while she was reading to me all these like horrible things people are saying about me. And I'm like, it's so crazy because it's like, that's why I can't read it. Because it's like,
Yeah, but I have the like. I was telling Trisha about this. It's like an actual self-harm thing. Like I read it knowing that,
You're gonna
Like, it's
leave
gonna hurt me.
affected.
but I can't help it. It's like same thing as if like imagine knowing that everybody's talking shit about you in a group chat. Like you're gonna want to see it. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like
Yes.
that's what it
I
feels
also
like.
think this goes deeper than that. It also just goes into like men and dating. It's like a specific type of man that you know is going to hurt you.
Yeah, it is. There's
You-
like
It could even honestly like be back to the thing that I was saying about like reliving a moment. Like if one guy fucks you over really badly and you like absorb that type and seek it, like you find people that are like that that you know will break your heart. You can
Well,
tell by the
people don't
clothes
talk
they wear,
about-
bitch.
people don't talk about the addiction to emotional self-harm enough.
Yes.
well, that's what it is because
Like-
it's not physical, so people don't like consider it to be that way. But that's like especially like my whole like BPD situation. All of my things like that have always been like non-physical.
Yeah.
Right.
Like it whether it's like eating, like, you know, binging or whatever, or like looking at Reddit or something like that. It's always something that I'm doing that I know is going to hurt myself and make me feel like horrible.
But like you said, everything's connected. Like you're hurting your brain and you're like stressing yourself out, and like that can manifest in so many different ways.
Well, and just the addictions to dopamine. Like people
the
don't talk
fucking
about
nicotine.
Everything, nicotine, alcohol.
Well, that's like the whole concept right before, like, or behind a trauma bond, where it's like you get so much dopamine from when you come back together with somebody after like extreme conflict.
Me and Tana.
That's how people end up in like abusive relationships.
100%.
How do we get here? I'm like gazoon tight.
Oh my god, it's so tight. It's so tight. Wait, should we be funny?
Yeah. Probably.
Like wake up.
I'm like dance monkey.
That's actually like our problem, you and I at least, is we'll like be being funny, having a lighthearted conversation.
Cameras
every single time we go existential though. Like we like the conversation to just progressively, but that comes with your intelligence. Like, you know?
God.
Yeah, I am like I admire that you actually take the time to like learn about it and stuff, because it's like I know I should probably, but it's like some of it I just don't want to know, because it's like,
And why would you? You know?
Ignorance is
It
bliss.
hurts. Ignorance
Knowing
is
is
so
crazy.
blissful. Yeah.
I said something a while ago to an ex of mine.
When there's so many.
I know. So real. About how I think that so much of what plagues me mentally is my crippling self-awareness. He's actually about to title an album Cripplingly Self-Aware. So when that comes out, we'll all know.
That's actually, you need royalties.
yeah,
And I'll never get one.
If you trademark it right now, you can.
writing credit at least.
TM.
Like,
Trademark.
holy
Tana
fuck.
Mongeau, Trevi Moran.
Yeah, just crippling self-awareness plagues you. Like knowing is the death of you mentally.
Yeah.
Like people who don't know are happier. And like I respect and completely understand what you're saying. You're like, I don't want to fucking know, because like, why would you?
To an extent, we are all pretty self-aware and like know a lot about this kind of stuff. Like the people that are really ignorant and the people that have never been told to shut the fuck up. It's like I can't hang out with people that are like so bubbly and don't know what's going on. Like I need the deepness, and like I almost need someone to have trauma. To
Well,
be
no,
friends with
that
them.
is you attract other people who are mentally ill, because it's like
Love.
no, it's
But
true.
Love a psych word outside the psych
It's
word.
true, but I'm not gonna keep a friend who doesn't who can't understand like
Right.
why I act the way that I act or feel the way that I can't.
I've
I don't
always
think-
said understanding is like my love language. Like with people, like if
Right.
I feel understood and seen and heard by someone, that's how I'll fall in love with you, like a friend or anyone, you know.
I also don't even think though that like every time that means it's a trauma bond. I think it's like relatability, because there's healthy relationships of people who have trauma. It's just like I want to know.
No, I just mean like
I know
that's-
yeah. It's just like some people will label it and be like, oh, like you're friends with this person because, or you're dating this person because it's a trauma bond, and it's like maybe I just prefer to like know that someone's been through similar shit than me, like as me.
Yeah.
No,
and
I just
Christine.
know like before I was mentally ill, I didn't understand it. Like I could not wrap my head around it. Like my mom is a drug addict. I would look at it and I'd be like, just stop doing drugs.
Right.
Duh.
It's
Yeah.
Like
you
just stop.
put
And
it
until you're
down.
mentally ill,
Yeah.
you don't.
Super.
Well, you know what I mean? Like then all of a sudden I was like, oh, she like.
your brain. So one thing that's really special about like alcohol specifically is in benzodiazepines, it's your body physically attaches its cells to the substance
Isn't that why those are the only two things
that can kill you during withdrawal.
Yeah.
So it's like when you're like, when it's like, oh, put the bottle down, Trevi, put the bottle down, like someone else. It's like, not only can they not do it, if they put the bottle down,
It could
their
kill you.
cells in their body and the homeostasis in their like nervous system can absolutely freak out, and they can have a seizure and die. So it's like, I remember people would get so mad at me when I would like wake up and like grab a seltzer, like grab a White Claw and like put it down, like I just wanted to put it down.
Real.
It's like, oh my God, like I feel like I'm going to die if I don't have this. Like you don't
Real.
fucking understand.
Real.
Yeah.
You don't understand. So it's like,
yeah.
But someone who's never experienced that feeling or doesn't
Right.
know, they're always gonna look at that. It's the same. I remember my ex one time said like something along the lines of like, well, your mom could have just stopped. If she really wanted to stop, she could just stop.
Well,
It made me
Who said
so
that?
But it pissed me
No,
off so
don't.
bad, because I'm like, what the like. If you can't understand that addiction is like a real thing, like, you
But
think
also just
all
being
of
a
these
boyfriend and
people
saying
are
that
just
to you is so horrible.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, and just like, but
Yeah.
but that is like my biggest fear in a person is like them not understanding that like mental illness is like a
thing.
yeah. You can you can see it on a scan.
Absolutely. Who wants better sex? And who wants to start having better sex immediately? The best way to get started is to go to adamandeve.com right now. Adam and Eve is offering 50% off just about any item, plus free shipping, which includes rush processing. More than that, Adam and Eve wants to make your life easy. They offer discreet shipping as your privacy is a must. Free shipping and rush processing on your entire order. Doesn't matter how much you spend or what you buy. All will be packaged and sent discreetly for free and fast. Don't wait. Better sex is just a click away. That's 50% off one item, free shipping with rush processing. Bring more pleasure and satisfaction into your bedroom. Just go to adamandeve.com and select any one item. It could be an adventurous new toy or anything you desire. Just enter offer code TANA at checkout. That's TANA, TANA, at adamandeve.com. This is an exclusive offer specific to this podcast, so be sure to use this code TANA to get your discount, 100% free shipping, and get it fast with rush processing. Code TANA. Thank you, Adam and Eve, for sponsoring today's episode of Canceled.
Are those the infamous earrings?
Mm-hmm.
I love them, and they're beautiful.
Thank you.
Right? Bodega earrings.
Well, these are the
But like, I
anthropology
love when
ones.
boys try.
I'm trying.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it makes my literal heart so. I keep making my new boyfriend I keep making him say like, that's so. Like, I'm like teaching him that. Like, I think
Okay.
there's something about like him going bodega. Like,
Oh, I put
We're
on
not
my
even
Where
jewelry.
you get a bagel?
Well, she put her jewelry on just to go to the bodega.
I
So I
did.
guess it makes sense.
These are the anthropology
Bottega.
ones.
Bottega and the
Bottega.
bodega.
but these are a bottega dupe. Do you know what a dupe is?
A fake?
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a duplicate
Yeah,
at
that's
a
what I figured.
cheaper price, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So proud of you. I'm not kidding. I'm like
So
smiling
one
ear to
layer
ear.
off. Close, I'm getting there.
I can't believe I look like this on the Canceled podcast right now. This might
I'll,
be
I'll send you the Skin Smoother plug-in. Aaron, airdrop. Seriously.
It's
We
just
were-
like the contrast too, because Trevi's like literally dressed to the nines.
Oh my
like
God.
going
Well,
to the
it's
Met Gala,
Well, you guys invited
going to the
me.
store,
I've never
going
been
to
on-
rehab.
Super.
Super.
I'm like, I hope.
Um,
Real.
Just joking.
Would love to fuck off and do that.
I think like
Sounds
everyone
so fun.
deserves like a little treatment moment. Like it's not even about like if you're addicted to some. I mean, it is fully, but someone who needs a break and needs to learn about themselves can benefit from any sort of like
Absolutely.
going away for a month or two.
Is it
like
just
where I'm
isn't
really
it
at
so
mentally.
expensive?
I get insurance to cover it. Get insurance.
Oh, I don't
to-
have insurance. I need to work on that.
Get insurance.
I know.
I
really
remember the
need
first time I
insurance.
ever got insurance, though. I was like, I fucking made it.
I feel like Studio 71 would give you guys insurance.
I really do need like some sort of insurance, like because I feel like it's just reckless to not have it. My sister didn't have insurance when her accident happened,
Oh.
and her medical bills were like over $2 million.
But then you just don't pay it right and send it
Yeah.
to collection stuff.
Yeah, but
And then,
it can
like,
fuck your credit. Like,
Fuck your credit score 0.
yeah, I think there's like emergency situations like you can do in that case, like access and stuff.
Right.
But
Like,
still,
yeah. She's like acting like an NPC on TikTok Live. Wait, is that fucked up?
she almost
Sorry.
was an
Ice
NPC.
cream so good. Did you say she almost was an NPC?
No, I don't even know what that means. Seriously.
Oh my, you're the funniest person I've
I
ever
feel like
met.
we have to get more lighthearted.
NPC
Yeah, I agree.
means NPC means non-playable character, and in video games, when you're like,
I know I did.
know,
I do
you
know what
just
that
found that
means, but
out?
I don't know what I was what kind of context I was using it in.
huh?
Super.
Wait, sorry, I was
Super.
doing both. The ADHD did not work out.
Yeah, we should be more funny.
Gay center thought daughter.
You actually just took the words literally not getting out of my mouth. Gay son or thought daughter. Why does it work in every situation? If you ever need to make something funny, like that's just what you say.
I
And then I'm gonna ask you my cousin
personally
question.
think gay son because I feel like I would know how to navigate his struggles because I experienced it. But
You made it
now
so
you're
deep.
now you're experiencing thought daughter.
but now I'm experiencing so much thoughtiness.
You have been on your slut shit,
I
and
I love that though. I want
same,
I need,
so
I need
much.
the guidance. I just like
I want a thought
I
daughter.
want to so bad, but I just like can't bring myself to actually meet up with these people.
Yeah. Okay, let me give you my final answer.
Okay.
Gay son who turns into thought daughter.
Wow.
That is really
It's
specific.
giving mirror. Love mirroring myself onto my children.
So where would you say the majority of men you hook up with are from? A dating app?
I love going out too. So I love a man who just like is a little bit taller than me in my heels and comes up to me. Like, I honestly meet a lot of people out. I don't fuck though.
Let's face it, the holidays are stressful. Under our reindeer sweaters, we're stress sweating about gifts, cooking, and whatever that one opinionated family member is about to say next. Luckily, no matter how stressful it gets, we can all smell incredible with Lumi. Lumi is a game-changing whole-body deodorant designed by an OBGYN to work not only on pits, but also feet, private parts, and beyond. No matter where you use it, Lumi is clinically proven to block odor all day long thanks to its one-of-a-kind pH-optimized formula. And they've got over 275,000 five-star reviews to show for it. This holiday season, cross BO off your list of things to worry about. Lumi has you covered. Special offer. New customers get $5 off Lumi starter pack with our exclusive code and link. Use code CANCELLED. Use code CANCELLED at LumiDeodorant.com. LumiDeodorant.com. I like Lumi because I can bring it everywhere and it works on me. Whether I've showered that day or not, I'm going to smell great according to Lumi, and I keep it in my purse because it's compact and small. Whole body deodorant. Lumi is seriously safe to use anywhere on your body. Pits, underboobs, thigh folds, belly buttons, butt cracks, vulvas, and feet. Created by an OBGYN who saw firsthand how normal BO was being misdiagnosed and mistreated. Clinically proven to block odor all day and control odor for up to 72 hours. How? Unlike some deodorants that try to mask odor with a fragrance, Lumi is formulated and powered by mandelic acid to stop odor before it starts. More like a pre-odorant. Baking soda free and paraben free. pH balance for safe use below the belt. Clinically proven to control odor better than a shower with soap alone. 12 hours after a shower, the average person has an odor level of 6 out of 10. With Lumi, the average odor level is a 0 out of 10. Lumi Starter Pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like a mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. As a special offer for canceled listeners, new customers get $5 off a Lumi Starter Pack with code CANCELLED at LumiDeodorant.com. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack when you visit LumiDeodorant.com and use code CANCELLED. Thank you, Lumi, for sponsoring today's podcast. I was just telling the story of when you were locked in that New York apartment and Pissgate. But like, I don't want to like highlight a dark time.
I don't mind, but yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, Pissgate was insane.
What was Pissgate?
Tell it.
Okay.
I'll defend myself. I'm a big girl. I'm 2 years clean. We're good. I haven't pissed in a bed since, seriously.
So
VMAs, right?
yeah, we all go to the VMAs. And Amari and I were unpacking this the other day. Like, I feel like when we were going to the VMAs, we thought that would be like forever. Like, it was just like a
Right.
Tuesday. Like, it was like, oh, I'm going to the VMAs this week. Like, there was no level of like, this is going to end one day and I will no longer be attending the VMAs, you know?
It was really important for me because I was like, I've always wanted to go to VMAs because I've been like making music forever, but like I had to be drunk for it. I was piss drunk, actually.
I would just put on dumb shit and then be a ragdoll puppet and, you know, be there. Like, I didn't know. I didn't know what I was doing. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that at the time, you know? So we all go to New York for the VMAs, right? And we're all staying in this Airbnb. And there's like fucking 15 of us in this New York 3-bedroom apartment. Like, it's like, you know that feeling too when you're like in an Airbnb with way too many fucking people for for the Airbnb, you know? And so we're all staying in this apartment. And we go to the VMAs and we go out that night. And by the time we'd gone out, you were definitely Trevorkis, you know? Mm-hmm. Which I'm not talking shit on. I'm Tenorkis, you know? Yeah. I'm, you know. But Trevi used to always do this thing where like you'd get drunk as fuck and you'd want to like go back to wherever we were and you'd like want the key for it. You know what I mean?
Well, because I was like, I knew that if I stayed out for like subconsciously, I was like, I have to get to a bed.
Yeah.
Because I'm unwell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like that too, though. I
Real.
always know when it's time, and I just send
Yeah.
myself home.
But so the key for this Airbnb was like an actual physical, like gold key,
Yeah.
and we only had one,
No,
right?
no pin, no
And-
touchpad.
At all. And you're begging for the key, and we're all telling you no, no, no. And you used to be so funny in the drunk era of
Right.
the. Sorry, no, you're always funny. I'm saying this was funny, like what you would do.
Of course.
Is it's like whatever Trevi wanted when she was like that drunk, like she would go to the ends of the earth to get it, you know? And didn't give a shit. Like would have 5 million Twitter followers and you'd be like, I'll tweet right now that you did this, that you did that. Like if you don't give me this key. Like
I feel like you are this way.
I'm not tweeting about. Like I'm not gonna tweet
think-
I'm not gonna tweet Trevi won't give me the hotel key. I'm not gonna tweet Brooke and I are in Jortsgate right now. You know, like it like
Oh, I would.
like would just like you were getting that key no matter what, you know?
Yeah, and if
we're
I had
all-
to take off my clothes in the middle of the box, I needed
You
that
did that?
key. I did, and I also passed out and fell asleep on Matthew Lorano in the middle of the box.
And you didn't let her go home.
No, so we're all saying like Trevi, we can't give you this one key. We don't trust you with it. Like this one gold key, like
couldn't
we
walk.
all have to get in, you know?
I couldn't walk this night.
And no one wanted to like,
Put that in my hands.
oh. Well, like, what if you all went home?
We were at like a VMAs like after.
Yeah,
like,
it wasn't
like-
late. Like it wasn't late.
Oh.
Yeah.
It was like 11 probably.
No. And so you're doing your thing and you're like telling us like I will ruin all of your lives right now if you don't give me this fucking key, right? We give her the key. And I'm sitting there, I'll never forget this moment. I'm holding this key in front of you.
It's shining like a movie angle.
Like, yup.
Bedazzling.
And I'm looking at you and I'm saying, go to this apartment, but leave the door unlocked. If you're going to take this key right now in an Uber, leave this fucking door unlocked. Come hell or high water. Don't fuck all 10 of us over.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
like, please. And you're like, I will. I promise, whatever, you know.
Zuber.
Super. She goes back to the apartment, and we all finally get there at like 5 a.m. Like we were out all night, like doing VMAs after shit, and we get there, and the door is locked,
Oh, no.
and we start. I've never in my life have I banged on a door like this. Like I was, we started knocking.
Oh, I
We
would have been
knocked.
furious.
No, everyone was.
Well, but
it was like
did-
15 of us in a hallway. Everyone's furious. We're all banging with our knuckles. My knuckles were black for like a week after, like the way I was banging on this door, not answering the door. I call her, and I remember the number. That's how well I remember this. I call you 36 times. 36.
Oops.
And so was Natalie. So was everyone. We're banging down the door. We're trying to get in, and the Airbnb owner is like, it's 5 a.m. I can't help you. Like, I could come tomorrow if you want. And we're all
Right.
fucked, and all our shit's inside, and we're fucked. We're so fucking fucked. It's actually insane. And people from the other apartments are like coming out. Like,
Well, because you guys
are
were like screaming Trevi, 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 right?
at the top of our lungs,
Yeah.
banging down the door, breaking all of our knuckles. At one point, I start flailing my body at the door. I'll never forget. I like body check the door, like shoulder.
Like trying
Like-
to break the door.
Trying to break the door down
Yeah.
and just trying to wake you. We were playing your favorite music on full volume at the door, trying
Imagine
to like,
that's
wake
what
you
does
up.
it. Like Gaga, you're like,
I know.
no, no.
I opened the door with doing the choreo. I see. Like this is like ugh.
Trevi finally gets up after, I'm not kidding, like 4.5 hours of this shit, and it's all of us just living.
Not
Imagine
4.5
opening that door.
hours.
I'm not. Yeah.
Maybe 2.
Okay.
That's still awful.
No.
But, like,
no.
the-
I'm not mad about it. It's a hilarious story now.
Okay.
We open the door.
I didn't even realize it was like this, but yeah. I
No,
feel so-
don't hate it. It's hilarious.
Okay.
I've been so horrible and awful in so many scenarios.
So true. Yeah.
Like,
Thanks for saying that.
that's friendship. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
super.
that's
super. Thank you. Yeah.
That's friendship. We all have had our moments where we're all awful to each other, but we
Yeah.
love each other. We open the door.
Wait, I opened
or-
it.
No, you finally opened the door,
Okay.
and you're just sitting like this, and it's 10 of us just livid, and everyone walks in, and I hate to even say this part of the story or anything. Like I don't even like this part of the story. Smells like a puppy pad.
Oh, no.
Piss everywhere.
Oh.
Peed on the couch like it was a toilet. peed on the floor like it was a toilet, pissed all over the
I get how that
I
could
didn't mean
happen.
to. But in my defense, the very next day, I paid like $500 for someone to come over and steam the couches. And
I was going to say I
floors.
woke up to a cleaning crew.
Yeah, I
see,
was on
well-
it. I felt so awful when I
Yeah.
sobered up.
Well, no one means to piss themselves everywhere.
You know,
But
it's like
I've
Amari's
done it.
puking
I
thing.
just threw up in my own bed a couple days ago.
So you actually
I'm
in the
sorry.
bed, like on the pillow, you threw up,
A
hungover or
just a
still
little,
drunk?
So hungover, but like, well, probably still drunk.
Yeah,
I was like not okay. Like
Like-
I was like asleep.
asleep and throwing up.
yeah,
is
see, that's
actually the
really
craziest thing ever.
dangerous.
Yeah, I know. That's how
Um,
people like, what's it called?
Asphyxiate. Yeah.
Hugo,
Yeah.
what's it called? I almost just said croak. Like that's not the word you're looking for at all.
No.
That's how people what croak. Nope, not what she's looking for.
I didn't mean to. It's that pirate water.
No, it was the funniest fucking like.
Like looking back at it for sure. Because it's like,
Yes.
why are
Even
we
a-
mad? We're here for the VMAs. Why
Yeah.
am I that drunk? You're here for the VMAs.
Do you think we'll ever go to the VMAs again?
Heather Johns.
Well, I've never been. But
No.
you don't think so?
But I do actually have a really fun thing to tell you.
Ooh, I want to know.
It's not the VMAs, but they're shooting a new Escape the Night.
Shut the
And-
fuck up.
It's
Oh my god, I
6
want to go on it so
people,
bad.
And I don't know if I can like actually say like what it is.
Okay.
But it's not a show. It's very different.
It's a
from what it
movie,
used to be.
right?
Yeah. And I'm swindling to get you on it with me.
I want to go on it so bad.
Wait,
I'd be
include
so
me.
good.
Let's tell Joey you're stepping now.
It'd be. Tell them we'll have like so much good drama. It'll be amazing.
No, they want us to act.
Oh.
Like I have to be a 1950s.
Come on,
Girl.
Come
Oh
on.
my god, I want to be on it so
Yeah, this
bad.
is-
It would be so good for us to do together. It'd be so fun.
I'm doing everything to swindle a joint escape the
Oh
night.
my god, I really
and now
hope
a
so.
throuple escape the
Let it
night.
be
I would
known.
love that. I
Mm.
love Joey. I remember when we went to VidCon. Like I think it was your first or second VidCon, and it was like when everything like was really happening for you. And I was like, we like walk into like the main area, and there you were just like plastered on like the.
No, but do you know that at the time they still wouldn't give me a feature creator band?
Yes.
My billboards were everywhere, all around VidCon,
Yeah.
and they were like, "No, fuck her." And that's what like stemmed the spite to do TanaCon.
Right.
Because I was like, "How are you gonna sell me to everyone here?"
Right.
And yeah, kind of crazy.
Nerve.
Do you know? As you know, I'm in my weird era where I'm
Uh-huh.
changing my whole life and I'm thinking about everything. I wrote down
Step
Like
back from the rebrand. Yeah.
I wrote down 10 of my favorite moments of my entire life. Like
Okay.
when I was like my happiest and like why.
Yeah.
And one of them was the first VidCon ever. Like us there.
Aw.
It was
amazing.
yeah.
I
I've
remember.
never gotten to go.
Really?
Mm-mm.
It's just
It's-
so different now.
Yeah, I haven't been in a few years. It's just like, it's a lot of like DIY channels and kids channels and
I'm
like
also not really like a
TikTok.
YouTuber, but like I want to go.
Bitch, your
still.
personality, like.
And now
like, you
everything's
deserve
just
to
so
be the VMAs.
TikTokified. Like this was at the time where it was like, oh my god, I'm meeting Jenna Marbles. Like there's
Oh my
15
God.
YouTubers.
Oh my
there.
god, I'm meeting fucking like all of those people, even like
I was
the OG.
such a YouTube
I
like
can't even
consumer.
think of like
I know.
I mean,
I had this weirdly like deep ass talk with my new man about like the psychology of old YouTube
okay.
and like what it like was like how there were like
Oh my
10
God.
people and like he was saying to me, he was like, I would do anything to create a server, right? Like of like a new server where it's like it looks like that era of YouTube and you're receiving those same old videos like again as if they're like popping up in your
And
subscriptions.
it's not even like the like and dislike button, it's the stars. Do you remember when it was the stars? You could rate a video
And-
like 5 stars, like a fucking Uber.
And we were just talking about the fact that it was like 20 people. Like now it's
Yes.
thousands of people doing like everything everywhere all at once.
Because I
Great
feel
movie.
like what's so crazy is like what you guys consider like the first YouTubers and stuff. I'm like, I had different YouTubers that I was like obsessed with, and they just ended up like where's Fred?
It
Oh
was
my
Fred.
God.
It was like Fred and like Ray William Johnson, Shane Dawson,
Jenna Marbles.
Jenna Marbles, Smosh.
I loved like the
Trevi
beauty
Moran.
girls though, like the Juicy Star 07.
O2L.
her sister.
Yeah.
Juicy Star and her sister, All That Glitters.
Mm-hmm.
Mac Barbie 07. I was talking to Alexis about
Yo,
her,
yeah.
Bethany Moda. And then
I
she paved the whole way.
Like, I
I
love
Justine.
I Justine.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, she's
And then I feel like it transitioned almost into like the second era, which was like Paul Brothers, like Dobrik, Casey
Right.
Neistat, like, but even that is like so crazy, like the differences in eras,
Yeah.
and now it's just everyone.
That feels like they were so far apart.
Yeah, they were. I mean,
They were.
yeah.
It was like Paul Brothers and like Rice Gum and like Face Clan.
Yeah,
and shit
at
before
one
it was
point,
Dobrik.
Whenever there's like eras, like new eras happening, like you'll start to see them like cross over. Like people will like collaborate like as something's transitioning, and then like honestly, it like feels like it's like an out with an old and with the new.
I want
Yeah.
that to
Like,
start
it's a
happening again. I
slow
want people to start
transition.
doing like.
I remember the first time I filmed with David Dobrik. I was like, I like viscerally remember it.
That's how I
being
found out about you. That's how I knew
Really?
who you were.
Swear to God.
Yeah. That's why, like,
So
because I
crazy
saw
to me.
people think like, I did, like, I knew who you were before I met you, but I was like, oh my God, that's Tana Mongeau from David's vlogs. Yeah, and I followed
Swear
you
to
on
God.
Instagram because of that, and then I was like, oh, she's an Instagram model.
It's so weird because
She's
that
a
was such a
model.
blip in like my life and career, you know?
Yeah, but it was like right when I got here, and I was like, I was so into Vlog Squad and stuff that I was like, that's just like how I
Same.
found you, and then I just started following you.
Like
How
I
long
remember
have you
filming with
been
him for the first
watching-
time and being like, oh, I'm leaving an old era. Like this is the new era, and I'm
Oh,
looking
see,
at
that's
it.
what I
How
mean about
funny.
like when you start to like collaborate with new creators. It's
Yeah.
all about like strategy and technique on like not even staying relevant, but
Staying
staying
relevant.
up to what is
Date. Yeah,
popular.
and now
It's
I'm like, now it's like collaborating with a TikToker.
exactly. Every
that's-
industry is changing, like including the music. Like I remember I would release music, and you'd like tweet and like post for people to like buy it on iTunes, and like then it slowly crossed over into like streaming, and like playlists were so important, and like now playlists aren't really that important, and now it's all about TikTok. It's so like
That's so
every
crazy.
industry evolves.
so
and
crazy
it's-
you were releasing music when it was just sold on iTunes.
yeah.
Through STEM? Is that what you do?
Back then, I was doing it through like TuneCore.
Yourself.
Yeah.
That's
But then
so
oh my-
fucking
with
nuts.
fucking Charlie Puth producing everything.
Yeah.
Wait, that's iconic.
I know, but then he like sued me. Seriously.
Oh,
Well, he didn't.
No,
his,
he didn't.
His label did, yeah.
Why?
For one of my songs, because apparently that he wanted more credits, like more royalties on one of the songs. But we had an agreement that was already signed, and he had "See You Again" out, and he was making probably millions of dollars. I didn't understand why his record label was reaching out to. I was like 16. They were like threatening to sue me.
Did
if
you
I-
have to settle?
Fuck no.
Like so
Fuck
you
no. It's
never
my
paid him
song.
back?
I own the master. I was
Oh.
like, fuck no. We can go to court, bitch. It wasn't actually like Charlie. It was his team, but it was.
When you started O2L, did you know like I'm gonna be a musician?
I always have wanted to involve myself in the music industry as an artist, and I don't care what avenue I need to take to get there.
Yeah.
If I have to fucking shake my ass on TikTok or fucking do YouTube videos
Dance
or
in an Apple
whatever it
store.
may be, dance in an Apple store. Because like my
Yeah.
beginning, even with that, it's like everything has been about music in some
Yeah.
way, shape, or
what
form.
about
And X
Sexy
Factor.
and I Know It?
Yeah.
Sexy and I Know It, X Factor. I can't run away from that.
It's the greatest thing that's ever happened. Aaron,
I
have you
cannot
seen
run
it?
away.
It's the most iconic thing ever. Trevi was on X Factor, and it's Britney Spears, Demi
Demi.
Lovato, all of them on the panel, and they're just like gagged. Like it's the funniest, most amazing thing ever.
The fact that like 10 years
I
later,
get chills when I think about it. Really.
I don't remember it at all. I don't remember that
Isn't
happening.
that the craziest thing? The most pivotal parts of your career. If you're going through some shit, you trauma block them on.
Yeah,
Everyone
I don't
remembers them
remember
so
what it
much.
felt like to be on that stage. I don't remember meeting Britney Spears. I don't remember anything.
Oh my god, how
Nuts.
sad.
Yup. Real.
Makoa is
Right.
calling me.
I'm not even
Yeah,
a sexy
I think
one.
like it's just very weird, and like 10 years later, that it's like it's weird to see like myself like that, because it's like like in my head when I was on that stage, I just know I like thought I like in my head like had like long hair and like fucking heels on.
Absolutely.
Bitch, it was slip-on Vans
You've-
in a V-neck. Get it together. I need to be that for Halloween next year.
It was so. I want you to
Yes,
remake
you
it. Like literally, just make like a fabulous version of Sexy and I Know It.
Right.
Oh my god, you actually really should.
I said this on someone
When I
else's
walk
po-
on by, I literally can. I remember that video so well
But
because I saw that video
sexy
when it
and I know
happened.
like that, like making it poppy and like putting the
like
vocals
re-recording it.
because they told you to perform that song, right?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. It's like I said this on Coco Moco's podcast, and I was like, I truly think that the producers wanted me to be like one of those laughing stock auditions, like the American Idol
But you were
ones.
just so good.
But I couldn't take that. Like I couldn't be like, I'm gonna go on there and know that everyone's gonna laugh at me, and like I'm gonna fail.
At
So
10
I, like,
years old, literally.
12, I think. But
Yeah.
yeah, same thing essentially. And it's like I went to a vocal coach. I was like,
Born to
I
be a
need to
star.
make sure that I like slay this and whatever melody changes or how Broadway we need to make this.
Do you remember what song you wanted to sing?
Yes, I sang a little bit of it and they cut it out. They stopped me.
What song?
It was Part of Me by Katy Perry,
Oh my god, that would have slayed.
which is so full circle, by the way.
Yeah, that's
Crazy, right?
crazy.
I love that like true pop, like people are making like pop
Yeah.
music again.
Uh-huh.
The Y2K, all the Timbaland sounds are coming back. I'm making
Dude,
a lot of
Tate
shit like
McRae
that.
is
Right?
slaying. Her
The
fucking ex's video. I've watched it at least 1,000,000 times.
It's
Her
fucking
dancing.
insane. I
Well,
was
that's what
watching
it
last
is. It's
night
the
on
fact that
repeat.
she's a real fucking dancer. She's so good.
Such a pop star.
And
I've
the,
been
the
watching Tate
actual
McRae.
video though is like probably the best music video that's
I've
come
been
out in the
watching
last,
Tate
like-
McRae since she was just a YouTuber.
I've been watching her since she was on So You Think You Can Dance Kids.
Yeah. Like, it's so crazy.
But
to
I
me.
was
She
like a
would
dance.
actually-
I was a dancer, so I was all over that shit. I knew every competitive like good dancer.
Yeah.
First time I ever heard of her, I was on ketamine crying to You Broke Me First.
No way.
Super.
So, like, she used to just sit down and, like, write songs at home and then just, like,
Yeah,
sing them
like,
to
create
random
with
ballads
Tate or
on
something.
Create
YouTube.
with Tate is everything. She should bring that back.
I think that's what it was called. I don't know if I'm making
Love
it up.
that.
And then would, like, put the lyrics on the screen. And you know I fucking
You love that
obsess
shit.
over lyricism. Like, it's my
That one-
actual, like, only obsession ever.
Like that one girl you showed me on TikTok.
Jensen
Mm-hmm.
McRae.
Wait, that's literally
It's
her
all
last
McRae's.
name. McRae. That's
Yeah, and her
crazy.
brother Holden.
They're not related,
the
right?
most. No, they're related. Holden.
No,
and
no, no,
Jensen.
Tate.
No, not related. But just
So weird that I just brought that up. I didn't even know that.
I
was-
almost sent you this crazy song she wrote the other day. Like, oh my god, I can't even. But that, like, her just coming that far, like, she was a YouTuber
Yeah.
essentially.
I love it, and I feel like even a year ago she was like doing well and stuff, but I feel like next year she's gonna be like Olivia Rodrigo.
Because she's finally become so
Huge.
mainstream. Like, she's on the
Yeah.
radio.
Yeah, and
shit.
all her songs. Greedy went #1 over like everything, for
Everything.
like weeks.
And like fucking
Surprised
Tate.
she's
And that's what
not
I'm saying. Like about
nominated
Tate.
for a Grammy.
I think it's
Next
year.
year.
Yeah, it would be next year. Probably.
And honestly, it's like the TikTok of the part where I'm saying like the industry just moves. Like TikTok is so important. It like makes so many artists like her and like Ray, the escapism song, like that completely changed her whole life. I've been listening to that girl forever, and
What's
it's like
that bitch who made that song? He turns on the big light.
Katie something McLeod.
Like that song, like being the saddest
Katie
song ever that would
Grace.
never go mainstream, but TikTok sending it mainstream
Just
was the
loving it
craziest
so
thing.
do you have
much.
any advice for me on like a TikTok to make? Because I'm making an album and I need to like.
Do you know what?
Make
I
sure
was-
Jake Shane makes a TikTok to it.
Okay,
real.
honestly, seriously.
That has to be like the only thing. Like, if Jake Shane makes a TikTok to it, I love it.
So
Okay.
real. Octopus.
I love him. He's passing that puss.
I had this conversation the other day where I was talking. What did you just say?
He's passing that puss.
He's passing that fucking puss.
Yeah.
Tense up, bitch.
That's his Instagram.
I know.
Okay.
I'm his biggest fan, actually. It's
Okay.
crazy. I just catch up and watch 1,000.
He's so
But I had this conversation the other day. You might find this interesting. How I got close with JP Sax. So I would always listen to JP Sax's music. He writes the best sad song anyone could ever write,
Yeah.
ever. And you know that's like my favorite thing in the
Of
world.
course.
And I always listened to his music, and then we became friends. I don't remember like exactly how, but one day he was like, I want to come over and I want to show you my new album.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh my God. Like, I've never felt so Make-A-Wish. Like,
Yeah,
my
kids-
favorite
oh my
musician in
God,
the
I
he's
have
world.
an
so
experience
good.
like that.
Like, my favorite musician in the world is coming over to show me his new album. And he was like, and I want your advice on how to make this into TikToks. And I was
Wow.
like, how crazy is that? That like, we now live in a generation where it's like, no matter how good the music is, it just has to become a TikTok.
It does.
I know, and that's so
Like-
stupid because like he's someone who I think is like genuinely one of the most musically talented people
Right.
ever. And just like,
And you have-
TikTok's not really like picking up songs like that. I feel like sometimes.
And you have to take your
Yeah.
masterpiece and find the best 6 seconds of it
kind
and
of
make it a
degrading.
dance
yeah, and
or
then
a
and then
trend
certain
or-
artists are like making songs with that in mind.
Intent.
Exactly.
Yes, I completely
Yes.
agree, and I think that's where we get lost in translation.
Yeah, and that's why.
of,
And
like-
then there will be 6 seconds that are good of the song, and then the rest of the song
Yes.
you're like, wait.
100%.
I completely agree.
I find that so mind blowing.
I have a similar experience.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she didn't ask me for TikTok ideas because it was like 8 years ago. I was at, art pop tour, Lady Gaga's show, and I used to have a lot of the same people on my team that like also was on her team, and they took me backstage to meet her, and she literally was like the nicest person ever.
Of course.
Took me to her dressing room. I saw all of her makeup. I saw all the products she used. I took a picture. Then she proceeded to tell me to sit down, played me the entire jazz album before it released.
I didn't even know that. I
That
thought
is
you only
so
met Gaga at
crazy.
that sushi restaurant.
No, met her
Which
3
was
times.
so funny.
That is so
Crazy.
iconic, and she's one like that feels so unattainable to me. I feel like Lady
That's
Gaga
how
is
I-
the most famous person in the world.
I stole
ever.
a water bottle from her dressing room. I still have it.
I love that.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
Like, that's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
That's
Ugh,
crazy.
Not to
She
like,
is
I wasn't trying to like
so
one up you. It just
amazing.
like reminded me. I just
No,
like,
I
know
wanted.
that
I
feeling.
loved every second of that. Never.
me
ever,
being insecure and
actually.
like defending myself from Reddit.
Oh my god.
Don't read it.
Ever.
That's like saying don't drink.
So true.
That's literally how
the
it
hair on the
feels to me.
microphone.
Tim Dillon is having a Friendsgiving. Join us.
I would love to. He's in Milo's movie that I just saw
No,
with
he's
Addison
not.
Rae, and it was so funny because we have that
Tim Dillon's in that movie.
Yes.
Doing what?
He's a
Acting?
big role in it, and it's funny because remember when he came on and he did the Addison Rae bit,
Yeah.
and it just was so full circle. I was sitting there like, oh my god, this is so funny.
What's his like role?
He is a character. I mean, I forget.
Like, what is he?
I don't know. He's
know?
just like one of the main guys.
Stop! I'm already dying to see that movie, and I'm so fucking excited.
It's
to
a
see it.
It's
horror,
really
right?
cute. It's a horror movie. It's kind of like lighthearted horror though. It's not like super scary,
That's my favorite type of horror.
Lighthearted horror is in.
but it's cute. Addison Rae slayed, Milo slayed,
Like
everyone
Megan?
slayed.
You watch Megan, that movie?
Yes.
We watched it together.
I was cracking the
Like
fuck up
lighthearted
during that
horror
movie.
is kind of so in right
I've been
now.
obsessed with the scary movies again.
Yes.
Me too. I just watched all of them.
Same. Like funny horror is underrated as hell.
Yeah,
You know?
Marlon
It's
Wayans
so
is so
good.
fucking funny.
Marlon Wayans is so funny, and so fucking Anna Faris is the funniest
Yo,
bitch
she
alive.
is so good.
I love Anna Faris like literally so much. One time I was on a plane on a jet suite to I think to Vegas, and I get on the plane and I'm so hungover, and I turn to my left and it's Marlon Wayans.
Oh my god,
That's
he used to come in to
insane.
catch every single day. I've told you about it. One time he circled his character in White Chicks when I was still blonde, and he said that I looked like her. He sent it to me on Instagram and goes, "You look like her."
Wait,
I would never
that
ever
honestly, I would get offended.
He would. Oh no, he was.
And I'm
no.
trans.
It was like a funny joke because one time I was walking him to his table and it's Tricky was playing, and I turned around and I was like, you have to admit this is like hilarious.
That. How do some people, and I know you guys talk about this, how do you not believe that there's something not? How do you not believe that there's something not out there?
Yeah.
To put something like a perfect storm like that to happen,
Yeah.
that synchronicity.
No,
I
we've been
literally
talking
just-
so much about like the synchronicity stuff because it's like some stuff it's just like there's no way.
And
Yeah.
even like look at these fucking clouds. Like what?
I know it looks.
I don't know, I
like
just,
we're
like, try
gonna
to find,
die
like,
soon.
Wait, I want to hear more about the clouds thing.
Like they looked insane like a second ago, but like
You're
you
saying like
missed
how
it.
are those real?
like how are those plants growing? Like
so
I
weird.
just don't understand. Like how
dude, I'm
I'll spiral, but like why are we like all like 2 arms, 2 legs, teeth for chewing, like it's just like it doesn't make sense. Like
I just had a whole spiral about the fact that like there's so much out there that like you know what I mean? That just exists while we exist.
yes.
I was laying with my man and he looks up at a star, right? There's a million stars in the sky.
Right.
And he looks up at a star and he goes, "That's Jupiter." And I go, "What do you mean that's Jupiter? Like how do you know that?" You know what I mean?
Right.
Like and he's like, "Well, because stars twinkle and planets just like shine. Like
He
they
would
just stay
know.
like whatever." Takes out an app on his phone. A
Oh,
real
the
app.
star thing.
The star
Yeah.
app. Pulls
I know,
it
but
up.
the amount of times that
and it's
Cynthia Parker
Jupiter.
has showed me Jupiter and it's Venus every single time.
There's no way she does that. She's so
Jupiter
lucky.
She does it every, and I'm like, Jupiter, it can't be in 5 places at once.
But isn't that so weird that like the stars we see in the sky are different than the stars? Do you know I just found out there's all these people in Hawaii that kayak to other like countries. Like they take a kayak and they fucking row to like another fucking country and they use the stars as their guide. Like there's no
That's
technology on the
beautiful.
boat.
Well, that's what they
There's
did
no-
back in the day.
Yeah, but like
Like an actual canoe or like a big sail?
I'm sure
No.
they're sailing.
Those waves
Sister,
in Hawaii
nobody's
are
kayaking
crazy.
to another island.
I mean, it's bigger than like a small kayak, but no, they're rowing and there's no sail.
that's crazy.
like-
I love Olivia Jade.
And then we're sitting.
I do.
I really do. love
Every
her so
time it's
much.
brought up, I'm just like, she's so good.
And she's got Jacob Elordi.
That's so fucking.
I love that. You know what? She rode her way there and she deserved it.
Jacob Elordi's actually like maybe the most attractive man alive.
He has to be the most attractive man alive.
I don't know. I think he's very attractive. I just like.
Who's your number
He's
one
fucking
celebrity crush?
6'5".
Like you'd die to date blank. You'd kill off a family member.
To
to
like,
be
like
with them.
I have people I would like literally do anything to like fuck, like Central C, for example. Like I would let.
You
him,
had every choice in the world. And
No,
you
I didn't
chose
say
that.
he was like. I said I would fuck him.
Who's your number
I think he's
one
hot
celebrity
too, but
crush?
like you had Matthew McConaughey and you chose Central C.
Real.
Yeah,
She ate with that.
I really loved Justin Bieber back then, but like now I wouldn't.
Whoa. Now I wouldn't. It's crazy. Too.
Well, just like my
How-
experience with him. I don't know. Maybe like
Yours is Matthew McConaughey.
who's yours? Like inspire
Yeah.
me. Like tell me like the avenues that I can think of.
Well, mine aren't gonna do it for you. Pete Davidson and Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler's a good one, but I don't think I want to fuck Adam Sandler. I want him to be like my dad.
I would actually literally do anything for him to come on
Like
my
your
face.
mentor.
Oh my god.
Holy shit. Doesn't he have like a whole family?
Yes, a beautiful
But
family.
cut that. Kidding. I guess leave it in. Whatever. Yawning.
So boring yawning.
Boo tomato.
Yeah, no, Matthew McConaughey for sure.
Uh-huh.
Just like Matthew McConaughey and like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, like that
the
era.
best movie.
Or
ever.
Paul Walker.
It's a good
I don't know
one.
what he looks like.
So
sexiest man
he's
ever.
very attractive.
Who's your celebrity crush, Aaron? I love asking guys because they just say the dumbest shit.
They always say Selena Gomez too.
No, probably Willow Smith.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Actually, like
Really?
that doesn't
Wow,
surprise
that's
me.
amazing.
She's
That's-
beautiful.
She's
Yeah,
so
she's
hot.
gorgeous. I just like, if I had to guess your celebrity crush, I would guess like some basic ass shit.
Or
And
always
Willow
her,
Smith's so hot.
Haley. I forget her name all the time.
Halle
Lead
Bailey?
singer
Halle Bailey?
Paramore.
Oh.
Oh,
Haley
Haley
Williams.
Yeah.
I would die
Well,
to have
is
sex
that
with
why
her.
you have a crush on me?
Of course.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
I
actually-
should be over.
Oh my god.
What?
Honest to God, after this podcast is over, can I go put on a karaoke song downstairs?
I was just
and
about to
you
say,
sing
should
it
we go to a
me?
karaoke bar?
No, but will you just sing me a song? Like I pick songs and you sing them, please.
Yeah.
I'm so
I
excited.
mean, I love a good opportunity to sing.
Wait, I love that. That's my least
we
favorite
have a
thing about
karaoke
Chris
machine?
ever is that like he's the most talented singer in the world, and every time I ask him like, "Will you just like
In the
sing
world
a
was
song?"
crazy.
Yeah, it's
I
real.
love Chris. I love Chris. In the world was
like,
insane.
Yeah,
Whitney
it's
Houston
just complete.
existed.
Yeah, right. You know what I mean?
No, he's very
I
talented.
didn't- yeah.
He's very, very talented.
But,
But,
like,
do you
sing,
Do you
like-
have a karaoke machine?
No, I'm just
We
gonna
could
put it on
Postmate it.
YouTube. Like, no, your issue with Postmates. It's the funniest thing.
I
in the
love it
world.
so much. I'm the same way where anything you can get on Postmates, I will.
No, but like earlier
Or
today,
Instacart,
Aaron was
there's
like,
always a way. You know you can Instacart a car?
What?
Yep.
Huh? No.
Yeah. You pay.
I've just seen
Yeah.
you Postmate, and it's specifically Postmate. That's the thing is, you're not Instacarting, you're not Amazoning. I've seen you Postmate like checkered vans because you needed them in an hour. Earlier today, Aaron goes, "You guys need an umbrella for out here to like stop the sun." You go, "We can Postmate it." Like even just thinking that,
One time, I was in New York City and
I'm already laughing.
I needed a vape very badly, and I was like so tired, or like maybe it was like after my surgery and I like wasn't supposed to be vaping, but like I like relapsed on the vape. I needed it so bad, but there was this one smoke shop that was open, but it was all the way in East Village. I was staying in Hudson Yards. I called the smoke shop, asked the smoke shop for their Venmo, paid for a vape by Venmoing them, called an Uber package to the smoke shop to pick up my package. The person
So you coded.
The
the
devotion.
person gave them my vape in a brown paper bag. The Uber package takes it to my Airbnb, and I pick it up.
That's
Because
brilliant.
sometimes
It's
there's
resourceful.
there's things that are needed that aren't items on Postmates. So it's like
I
you
saw
have to take
somebody on
initiative.
TikTok who like they broke their shoes or something in a wedding, and they had their Uber Eats driver like go pick them up new shoes, and they were like sending photos of them inside and like chose the shoes.
Yeah.
5 stars.
It's at
Fucking
10
5 stars and a tip, sir.
Absolutely.
I did that one time, what you just said, with the John F. Kennedy mask. Like for Halloween. Like needed it for
Tana.
Jeff that night. So I
oh yeah, because
Venmoed
the Halloween shop was closing.
and I called and they were closing and I was like, I don't care. Like, here's the front and back of my card. Put a John F. Kennedy mask in this Uber. Ridiculous.
They did it?
Yep.
Oh, so you slide.
I love Uber package.
It's great. One
I
time
never do package. I just do.
One time I got $300 of
Uber.
ketamine delivered by Uber package from
I'm-
LA to San Diego.
I'm not kidding. I was just about to tell you 6 stories where I've Uber packaged drugs, and then I was like,
They put
or
them in
Uber
sunglasses
drugs, and I was
case.
like,
My drug dealer at the time put it in a sunglasses case. My Uber package picks it up, drives it from Koreatown, Los Angeles.
You
to-
had your Uber package driver being a drug mule.
You don't
and
know this.
I feel
I
bad.
always have that
I'm
thought
like
of like, this
afraid.
Uber driver's going to jail for me, and like, doesn't know.
I use Uber package appropriately now that I'm sober. I'm scared that someone from Uber is watching this.
No one from Uber is watching this.
At all.
I don't know, man.
But Postmates, if you want to give me a brand deal, I literally use you.
They're
every
owned
single
by
day.
Uber.
Uber, I love you.
And you know she's gonna have the deal next week.
Next week.
I want to.
I did deal with
Dude,
Uber
I know
once. It was
so many
insane.
people who have Postmates deals. I'm like, how did you get that? That's my dream brand deal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Postmates.
Could you imagine?
I've done a Postmates
They
deal.
did. Yeah, remember? Was it like 2017?
Well, who's that guy
2018?
Ben Trin that everyone was?
Yes!
That everybody.
Trin.
It's the fact that I remember
Yo.
his first and last name because everybody was tagging him for their free Postmates. It made me so jealous.
Ben Trin and Adam Goat kept shoes on my feet and food in my mouth for
Holy
years of my
shit,
life.
that was an era where we would just like post for Ben Trin.
It was the
that
best thing
about?
ever.
One time we did like a Postmates deal for Valentine's Day and they gave us like a credit. I didn't even know what I wanted. I could have said a million things. What they chose for my $200 credit, they delivered me a Jonathan Adler flower vase. What am I gonna do?
And you were
with
like,
that?
why isn't this a bottle of Tito's?
No, actually, why isn't it? No, I literally.
Real. So
Literally.
real.
Wow. I
Well-
don't mind paying for my Postmates, but like I would prefer like that'd be so lit if I could just
Yeah.
post it. I'm gonna post it anyway. I'm
Yeah.
gonna post it when I'm eating.
I mean, you can always like post your like Postmates code and refer people for like the fans to sign up. Seriously,
But there's
say
a
it right now.
limit.
Yeah, but it's better than nothing. Do you know, I can't believe they took away Uber rewards. Like I used.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. And I didn't pay for an Uber for like 4 years. And that's
Yeah.
like, I credit that actually to so much of why I don't drive. Because I was so
Right.
young, being able to use my Uber code and would get the credit. And just
Fucked
like,
us.
Can you guys believe we lived in a time that Uber didn't exist? Like I think about even in college, you know, like
you had to
the
get a ride.
first
Yeah.
2 years of me being in college, like Uber was like barely a thing. Like we didn't have to drive anywhere anyway because it was
Yeah.
like we're on campus. But like that's so crazy to me, like that I didn't have Uber in high school.
Yeah.
At all.
Did you watch?
I
Any of you
just
watch the
sucked dick
Uber?
for a ride down the street.
Super.
Yep.
Did you guys ever watch the Uber Uber like biopic essentially on
Yeah.
Netflix with what's his name?
I don't know his name.
Famous actor. Boy, he's really hot. It was all about like the story of like how the company formed and like
Yeah, and he was like allegedly
crazy.
terrible, right?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
wanna
what a
rewatch that. I
brilliant
watched that
idea,
so
though.
hard.
Like, it's one of those things where it's like, how did we not think of that?
I was like we were all like.
But I guess we did think
children.
about that. It was taxis, but like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but like,
It's
not.
like integrating technology and moving the industry in a different direction. Everything moves.
I know,
Nathan,
but
for
what are
you
we
to
gonna
go,
have?
like-
What are we gonna have in 3 years that we can't believe we don't have? Like,
Uber without drivers. Not kidding. And that's
Real.
gonna be terrifying, but also comforting that it's
No
gonna be
one
all
can get-
computerized at
yeah.
the same time.
Have both of you watched the show Nathan For You?
Yes.
You too. If you've never watched it, you're not funny, first of all. Like, it's like a, no. You said yes, you've watched it. I'm
I
saying,
haven't
like,
watched it.
oh, what? You're way too funny to have never watched Nathan For You. Go home now and watch it. Oh my God.
Oh,
It's
is
the
it funny?
It's the
Is it
greatest
funny?
show of all time. It's the funniest show of all time. All he does is like fuck with people. But like I can't like put it actually into words. Like you just have to watch it, you
I
know.
will. What I need to write it
Do
down.
you watch the Pet Cemetery one?
Yes. I've seen every single episode
So
6
good.
times. The fake Starbucks, like you're a genius.
Wait, I have just something to say really quickly. I forgot to mention it on the last solo episode, but I
What?
need to mention it right now.
What's up?
I was supposed to go on a date the other day, and I had to cancel on him. Okay.
Okay.
And I really wanted to go on the date. He was like a cute guy. I'd been talking to him for a while. I message him and I go, I'm so sorry I have to cancel. He messages me back and he goes, I guess I'm gonna have to take Tana on a date.
People do that to me too.
Wow.
All the time. Like if I reject a guy, he'll like make a joke. Like, okay, so I'm just gonna date Brooke. It's like, what the hell
like,
do you think this is?
That's not.
But how does I don't have like that on my profile. Like it's not like a.
Oh, so this person you met outside of the industry.
Let me show you him. Have you matched with this man?
Wait, I bet we all have a lot of the same matches from Hinge.
I never
think
matched
hate
really
Hinge.
with
I've
anybody.
decided. I had one great experience, one great relationship. Everything else has been absolutely the worst thing ever.
Yeah, it's scary. I mean, I
This
love
guy.
Hinge.
Love meeting a man in real life.
Yeah.
Saying I love Hinge because you want to deal.
No, I like literally so love it.
Are all of his prompts about dropping a baby? Yep. I've matched with
Let
him.
me see. Show now.
Fuck you, Isaac.
Wait, show
you,
me. I want to
Isaac.
see.
So cute though.
Really?
Like a nice Jewish boy.
I definitely match with him. Let me see now.
If you also match with this same man on Hinge, this is exactly why I hate society today. We've all matched with the same Hinge man.
I saw him on my standouts, but I didn't care enough.
You know who's on my standouts every day? It's Trevor.
Aaron matched with that guy. How nuts is that?
No,
Fuck you, Isaac.
we definitely episode title. Fuck you, Isaac.
So Cynthia Wine Tour coded. Anyways,
Holy fuck.
Trevi,
Tana.
thank you so fucking much for coming on
Of
Cancel.
course. I love
Yeah, we
that.
love
I'm
you
so
so
And
much.
I love you both so much.
And you're always hilarious on Cancel, duh. But we haven't had a moment where you just got to shine like the star you
Oh
are.
my god,
and
thank you. And literally wore sequins just to shine extra hard. I went all out for you guys.
I know. Why does it look like it looks like we didn't dress for the occasion?
I look like you're
No, you
homeless
guys do this
daughter.
every week. This is a big deal. It's my debut.
It is.
And I would love to have you back on 1,000 times.
I'd
Was
love
this not
to.
one of your favorite episodes you ever shot?
I
Weirdly?
I always love being around Trevi.
Yeah,
I love
favorite
you.
human. I love you so much. Guys, please actually stop listening to Canceled and go listen to Trevi's podcast.
Don't
I'm
stop
sure
listening
it's
to Canceled
better.
ever.
Cute.
Yeah, actually, don't stop listening to Canceled.
No,
Seriously, these
never
lights
stop
have to
listening
stay
to
on.
Cancel, but also listen to 6 Feet Above by Trevi Moran.
Absolutely. And stream all the new music that's coming out and just support my girl the way I
I
do
love
forever and
you.
ever. I love you.
Love you. I'm like, stay
Bye.
true.
Stay true.